Have you ever passed judgment on someone and found out later that you were completely wrong? Today's Front Row Friday message is very simple. It's hard to implement, but it's a very simple concept. And it's simply to withhold judgment of other people. And if you choose to make up a story about someone, if you choose to pass judgment on someone, why not choose to default to the positive as opposed to the negative? I mean, if you're going to make a judgment anyway, why not judge them in a positive light? And here's why I'm excited about this story today, because I have sequestered myself in this beautiful location all by myself for a few days to finish my new book, The Seed of Success. And it's based on my keynote presentation. And one of the stories I tell in my keynote is about a woman who went through a Wendy's drive-through restaurant, and the person who gave her food and took her money was an ex-NBA basketball player. And she immediately passed judgment. And instead of engaging him in conversation, she went off and called a local sports talk radio show and told the host, "Can you believe it? I just saw Junior Bridgeman working at this Wendy's. These NBA players, they make all this money and then they squander it after they retire." And the talk show host corrected her and said, "Ma'am, you couldn't be further from the truth. Junior Bridgeman doesn't just work at that Wendy's. He owns that Wendy's. And he not only owns that Wendy's, but he owns 263 Wendy's restaurants." And what I learned about Junior Bridgeman in my after meeting him at a Chili's convention, by the way, he owns 123 Chili's restaurants. I did my research, and what he would do is he would find some areas that needed some economic development, and he would build restaurants, open restaurants, and then go support the opening of those restaurants. I mean, it's a fabulous idea, and it's a way for him to give back. And the guy, even though he never earned more than $350,000 a year playing basketball, he's now worth an estimated $600 million. Not only is he in the restaurant business, but he also owns a Coca-Cola bottling and distribution operation in Kansas. And he recently bought Ebony and Jet magazine out of bankruptcy. And I saw an interview with him too. And one of the interviewers asked him, "So what's next for you?" And he goes, "Well, my wife asks me that all the time." And my answer is, it's not about the money. It's about giving back and leaving a legacy of helping other people and elevating other people. So this woman at the drive-through that made an assumption about him, what she could have done is simply engaged him in conversation. She simply could have said, "Wow, fancy seeing you here. You're the last person I thought I would see here. What brings you to town? What brings you to this restaurant? This is so cool." She could have been inquisitive. She could have been curious. She could have withheld judgment until she gathered more information. So on this Front Row Friday, I know it's hard to do, but withhold judgment of other people. And I encourage you to engage people in conversation, to find out more about them before you pass judgment. Now, if you are going to pass judgment on someone, because it's so tempting, default to the positive. Judge them in a positive light. Assume positive intent. It's so much more healthier for you. It's healthier for the people that you talk about. It's healthier for, reducing unnecessary gossip in the world. So I'm excited about sharing that story in my book, but I wanted to share it with you today on this Front Row Friday. Enjoy, and we'll see you in the front row.